Where it is the crucial evidence Drew Peterson's legal team doesn't want you to hear. Peterson is accused of killing his third wife. Now his lawyers are taking a cue from R. Kelly's defense. CBS 2's Mike Puccinelli explains the connection.
It's a two-page motion that could dramatically affect what the public knows about the most highly publicized murder trial in the history of Will County. It was filed today by Drew Peterson's defense team.
We filed a motion today to seal and close the hearing that's going to start on January 19th to admit hearsay.
The defense moved because Joel Brodsky says if the proceedings are not closed, Drew Peterson can't get a fair trial because the jury pool will likely be tainted by what he predicts will be saturation coverage in the media.
Well, if he's innocent, why try and hide the truth?
Well, this has got nothing to do with truth or innocence. This has to do with whether the jury is going to hear things that a judge is going to decide not to allow into evidence.
Many hearsay statements that Kathleen Savio allegedly made to family members and attorneys before she was found dead in her bathtub in 2004 are well known. But Brodsky says many other alleged statements are not.
Probably more than half of the statements that the state wants to introduce in hearsay have not been previously disclosed.
CBS 2 legal analyst Irv Miller says trying to keep the public and the media from hearing those statements is sound legal strategy.
I think what the defense did was a very smart strategic move because they're trying to keep any taint from this jury pool even before the trial. And secondly, if Drew Peterson gets convicted, this is a possible grounds to appeal the conviction.
And Brodsky says today's motion was in part based on a successful motion filed by attorneys representing another high-profile client.
The R. Kelly case provided a roadmap for you on how to defend Drew Peterson.
At least as far as publicity goes, yes. Pretrial publicity and pretrial hearings, yes, it did.
That's because in the famed singer's child porn trial, the judge closed certain pretrial hearings in order to protect R. Kelly's right to a fair trial and to keep the jury pool from hearing inadmissible evidence. R. Kelly was acquitted.
The R. Kelly case was really one of the first cases in Illinois that this even came up. And it does provide a roadmap, and it allows the judge to protect the rights of the defendant.
Miller says the judge has to balance the public's right to know with the defendant's right to a fair trial. He says the public's right is a qualified right, whereas Peterson's right is fundamental. He says when weighing the two, the defendant's right takes precedence. Ultimately, Miller says it makes for a very tough call for the trial judge.
Wow. Well, we'll see pretty shortly.
We certainly will. There's going to be a hearing on the 8th on this motion that was filed today, and then the motions on hearsay are expected to be heard on the 19th, and that could take 2 to 3 weeks.
All right. Thanks, Mike.